Where will Liverpool finish this season? Are Liverpool title challengers? Have they solved their midfield dilemma? Did we dodge a couple bullets in the transfer window? We'll discuss all of that in this video. And where do I actually think Liverpool are going to finish this season? If you stay to the end of the video, we'll discuss exactly where I think Liverpool finish this season. First and foremost, I think this season hinges on one fact, and that is, can we keep Mohamed Salah? Can we fend off these offers from Al Ittihad, starting to talk about £200 million, £250 million, crazy numbers, and very, very hard to turn down for Liverpool. But I don't think that it's possible to replace Mohamed Salah. So I think it's so important that Liverpool find a way to keep Mo at the club. You do not buy 30 goals every season. Where do you go to find that? What replacement do you get that gives you that type of number? It's really, really tough. I think, look, Mo's extremely highly rated, but I think even though he scores so many goals every season, I think he's actually underrated. I mean, the guy plays 50 games every single season. He scores 30 goals consistently. Even if you give us £215 million, can you actually go and replace Mohamed Salah? Unless you're going to break the bank, top up with another £100 million and try to get Mbappe. I mean, super tough. And the fact that we are in the Europa League, can you really attract that type of talent at the moment? It's really tough. Obviously, you got the draw card of Liverpool, the club, Jurgen Klopp, the manager, the fans. So we do have a lot going for us, but do you really attract that top attention when you don't have Champions League football? It's really, really tough. So we do need to make that jump this season back into the Champions League, back into challenging Man City at the top of the log. And then I think you have that pull again to go get the great players. When I look at the positives we do have at Liverpool at the moment, and why I do think that Liverpool can be title challengers this season, some of the positives: we have the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion. I think he showed that again in the first couple of games. Keeps Liverpool in games. That save in the Newcastle game, as Eddie Howe said, one of the best saves he's ever seen in his life. Against Aston Villa, made a cash header. He's done the same thing again. He keeps us in games, helps us to keep clean sheets, and when you do that, then you can compete with the best. And I think we do have the best goalkeeper in the world. Then at the other end of the pitch, a problem that I think Liverpool needs to solve, and they maybe do have the solution in Darwin Nunez, but I still think he's very raw. He has so much potential. He causes so much trouble, and I think defenders hate playing against him because he just never stops running, and he's so quick. But when it comes to actually that clinical finish, I think he just lacks that little bit of class and finesse in the final third. And when he gets that right, and if he finally gets that right, I think he can be consistently scoring 30 goals because he creates that many chances for himself. Then obviously he gets the assists from Trent, he gets the assists from Salah. He will score so many goals, but it's just the fact that when he gets into those positions, he's not always as clinical as, say, a Haaland or Mo Salah. He just doesn't have that at the moment. I hope over time he develops that. And what I also find with him is that when we play teams that sit deeper and there's not that much space to work with in behind, where he can't run in behind, really hurt teams on the break, I don't find he's as effective. And that's why I think against Newcastle, when we were playing with 10 men and the game opened up a little bit and he was running off the shoulders and the game opened up in the last 10-15 minutes when defenders get a little bit tired, that's when he really thrives. When the game's tight and you've got to pick a pass and you've got to play in the small spaces, I don't think he has that finesse at the moment. But I do think he'll score goals. Just does he get us 20? Does he give us 25 goals? That remains to be seen. And if Mo does stay, we know that he gives us 30 goals a season, and you hope that happens again. But we need somebody else to come to the party. If we want to get back into the top four, we really want to challenge Man City, we need other goal scorers. Before we had Bobby, we had Sadio Mane that gave another 10, 15 goals, 20 goals a season. Do we have someone else who can do that? I think Jota can do that. I think Darwin can do that. But if they really want to challenge, those boys are going to have to come to the party, going to have to score 20 plus goals a season. Does Cody Gakpo have 15, 20 goals in him? We have all the attacking ability, but between those guys, they're going to have to share the load. If Salah's going to score 30 plus and the other boys come to the party and contribute 10 to 15 goals, I do think that we have a title challenge on our hands, but they have to do that consistently and stay fit. That remains to be seen. And then if If we are really going to mount a title chase here, I think we're going to have to sort out that midfield combination. I don't think McAllister is the solution as a holding midfielder. I don't even know if Ryan Gravenberch is the solution as a holding midfielder. I don't think Klopp signed him as a holding midfielder. I think he plays in the 8 role, a Jordan Henderson replacement, more depth if we're playing Thursday nights in Europa. I think the true solution to that problem is Thiago as our 6. We really need him to stay fit. If he can play that holding midfield role with Endo as a backup and let McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones fill those 8 roles and do most of the running for the guys, and let Thiago sit in that 6 role, I think that gives us a really solid base to dominate and to really push for that top 4 Champions League finish. Let's look at the transfer work that Liverpool did in the break. We've obviously gotten rid of a few players, aging players. Really sad to see some of them go. I'm a massive James Milner fan, but obviously getting on in age and he's moved on. We've had to refresh that midfield. Keita, Ox, Hendo, Fabinho. Those are all guys that are getting on in age that really did amazing work for Liverpool over the years. But it comes at a point where you have to refresh and you have to look at the future. And I think Klopp has done just that and refreshed the squad. And looking at the business we've done, I think Liverpool have probably been one of the most successful clubs in this transfer window in terms of how they've revolutionised their squad, going from a midfield with the average age of plus 30 plus to now you got Szoboszlai 21, McAllister 24, Gravenberch 21, and you're bringing in big talent, and you've actually got the money in for Henderson, for Fabinho. That's really good business in my opinion. I think Liverpool's been really successful in this transfer window. They needed to sort out that midfield. It's some astute signings with Gravenberch and Endo. Liverpool fans were initially disappointed at the signing of Endo after being linked to £100 million Caicedo. I think the fact that Mason Mount's gone to United, the fact that Caicedo's gone to Chelsea and Lavia's gone to Chelsea, and we've gone the other direction and gone Ryan Gravenberch and got Endo, that might just work in our favour, and we might look back in hindsight and actually think we've dodged a couple bullets here. It might be sour grapes as a Liverpool fan when these guys choose the longer contracts and the Chelsea badge over Liverpool. I think we already see the way it's playing out for Lavia at the moment. Obviously not even making the matchday squad. Caicedo's had a horrendous start to his Chelsea career. So it looks like Liverpool's done good business, and it'll be interesting to see the way that this plays out. The other big positive for Liverpool and might actually contribute to us being very successful this season is the fact that I feel like Joe Gomez is making a resurgence here. I do feel like we're one centre back short at the moment, with Konate being a little bit injury prone, Joel Matip prone to a mistake every now and again as much as I love him, and Virgil as well, obviously getting on in age. We do need someone else to step up, and in these 2 games that Joe Gomez has played, he's been phenomenal. We know what he's capable of. He's been very successful at times, but obviously not consistent. But if we can get him to really step into that role, we're going to need the depth this season, especially with being probably one centre back short. Gomez might be the solution to our problems, and if we can build a solid foundation, start to keep clean sheets again, not look so vulnerable defensively, especially on that right hand side behind Trent, if he's going to be bombing on, playing in that half space midfield role. And we need that pace in that channel behind him. That's where Konate is so successful there, because he covers the channel behind Trent when he's bombing on or when he's tucking inside. You need someone to cover that channel as wingers are bombing on in there. And I think Gomez has the pace to do that. I think Konate has the pace to do that. But when we got a slot Joel in there, doesn't look as sound in defence, in my opinion. I think Joe's got to really come to the party, and hopefully he has a good season that can also help us with a title challenge. The answer to the question, do I think Liverpool can mount a title challenge here? To be honest, I think we still that one step away from City. We're still going to need another transfer window or 2 to really catch up. Can we keep hold of Mo Salah? That's massive. Can Szoboszlai fill that big number 8 jersey? Can he fill that Gerrard role? If he can, I think that helps us a lot. Can we make that jump to the City level again? Can we go toe to toe with them, get 100 points? I'm not 100% sure we can do it this season, but one more transfer window, we build on this squad that we have now, this midfield combination really starts to work. I don't see why we don't make the Champions League. And if this form continues, maybe we push City at the end of the season. It'll be tough to say that we get close to them. I think it's going to be really tough, especially if Haaland scores 50 goals again this season. It's going to be really tough to compete with Man City. But I do think Liverpool are going in the right direction. I think Klopp has made some great signings. I think we have made that step now. I'm more positive now, looking at the midfield combinations we have, that we can go ahead and compete for that Champions League spot again. I'd love to hear what you guys think Liverpool can achieve this season. I'd love to know how many points you think we can get, and can we trade blows with Man City this season. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll chat to you guys in the next one.